Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Unsung Gamer. All right, guys, it is the start of a new season. Our Browns season ended kind of disappointingly. We got blown out in the Super Bowl, and I confirmed that the team that we'd be using next is the team that blew us out in that Super Bowl. And so, yes, we're going to be using the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, when I went to really take a good look at them when I was going to pick them, I really was expecting to get a little bit more bang for my buck. And of course, guys, just in case you want to know, there will be a timestamp in the description section to skip to. So if you don't want to see all this where we talk about the team and all the different players and everything, you can hit that and skip forward to the game itself. But, you know, I always like to talk about these teams at the beginning of the year. So anyway, I thought I was going to get a little bit more bang for my buck because a team that blew us out like that had to be great. Well, not so much. So Randall Cunningham is the star of the show. I mean, 50 speed, which is insane for a quarterback. Passing speed of 75, huge arm. Pass control of 63, which is really good. Passing accuracy of 56 is good. Void the rush 63, which is also good. And so he is just a superstar quarterback. And that is why we're going to be doing, instead of doing like highlights, we're going to track on those shorts that I do after these games. We're going to track his stats because I'm going to do my best to get 3,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards, which should be interesting. I think it'd be fun to kind of have a challenge like that. Bubby Brister here, the backup quarterback, he is a stronger armed Scott Zolak because the rest of his stats are pretty close to Zolak. 31 pass control, which stinks. Passing accuracy of 38, which is just mediocre at best. Void the rush of 25, but his passing speed is 63, so he's got a huge arm, but you know, can't really control that huge arm. Then we have Herschel Walker. This is obviously toward the end of his career, but statistically he's still a pretty good running back. Got a 50 rushing power, 50 maximum speed, and 50 hitting power, and of course ball control 63, 44 in receptions. This is where it kind of falls off. So Heath Sherman is an okay running back, 44 speed, 63 ball control, 25 receptions. I wish that was a little bit better, and we'll talk more about that here in a minute. Tony Brooks, kind of a fullback build, really slow, somebody we hope we don't have to use. Saran Stacy, this is a guy that a little bit later on in his career, I think in some of the later games was actually pretty decent. But 31 speed, 31 hitting power, 25 receptions, 63 ball control. At least he can hold on to the ball, but not very good. Fred Barnett, 44 speed, 63 ball control and receptions, which makes him a pretty good receiver in this game. One of the top 20 or so receivers. And then you've got Calvin Williams here, who is just pretty good. 38 maximum speed, 50 receptions, 69 ball control. Can't complain in the least. Bisekahema is listed as a receiver, but he is mainly a return man. Not very fast, decent rushing power. Ball control of 75, which is great for a returner, but only a 25 receptions capability, so we can't use him really as a weapon in the game. Bill Hess here, just slow, so-so hands, decent ball control. We may be shifting him around for Heath Sherman, around for him. We'll just kind of have to see what I'm feeling as I start playing the game. And then we've got Maurice Johnson here, if I hit the correct button instead of coming off of that. So Maurice Johnson is a mediocre tight end. 31 speed for a tight end is pretty decent. Hitting power 50 is pretty decent. Ball control is 63, which is okay, but his receptions are only 31, so I'm not really expecting a lot of great catches from him. Then you got Pat Beach here, who is one I hope we don't have to use. He's a blocking tight end. Going to the line. So this is probably the biggest weakness of the team. The center, David Alexander, is a pretty good center. Nothing really bad wrong with him. And then we get to Mike Shad. And Shad sucks. 31 hitting power is terrible for a lineman. No real speed, rushing power 31. He's not going to blow anybody off the ball. Then we go to Brian Baldinger, who is not better by much. Basically take all those stats and shift them up one, and you got Brian Baldinger. And then here we have B. Thompson. He's a pretty good left tackle. Can't complain too hard about him. Of course, 38 rushing power, 25 maximum speed, 63 hitting power. So he will be able to hold his own against most players. And then you get over here to Antone Davis, I'm sure it's Antoine. But he is okay-ish, but not somebody I'm going to want to depend on too awful much. Clyde Simmons. As far as right end, this is the guy that made the Super Bowl a nightmare for us, and you can see why he was blowing my lineup. He is ridiculous. 69 speed, 69 hitting power from a defensive lineman is crazy. 81 quickness, so he can make the moves and the cuts and all that. Then you got Andy Harmon, who's a pretty strong nose tackle here. 44 speed, 63 hit power, 50 quickness, which is not terrible for a lineman. And then you go over here to Tim Harris, who is another absolute beast. And of course, just slightly behind Clyde Simmons there. But yeah, 63 maximum speed, 69 hit power, quickness of 69. He's solid. Going to the linebacker, Ken Rose has some speed and not much else. Out of all the linebackers in the game, he is definitely one of them. And then here we have William Thomas, who is a pretty crummy linebacker in his own right. He's got a little bit better hitting power, but no speed, slightly better quickness. It's nothing to be excited about. Byron Evans is a decent linebacker, 50 and 50 on the speed and power, 50 quickness, 44 interceptions. He's a decent linebacker who can have has a little bit of range on him. Then you have Seth Joyner. Seth Joyner, I remember him as a linebacker in the NFL, and he was one of the great ones. I see him more in a defensive back type role, so he's actually kind of an interesting linebacker for us, and somebody I may grab from time to time if I need to kind of cross and get a running back or something like that. We may be going after him. Eric Allen. This is one of the few guys I will be using on defense a fair amount. Eric Allen, 56 speed, 50 interceptions, 75 quickness, a pretty good corner. This will definitely be a little bit better defense than what we were using last season. Then you go over here to Otis Smith, and he's just terrible. 38 speed, 38 hitting power, 31 interceptions, 38 quickness. He actually would probably be better at a linebacker position than he would be at corner. Eric McMillan, pretty good safety at free safety, 56 speed, 50 hit power, 56 quickness, and 38 interceptions. He's decent. He will help. And then you've got Andre Waters, who is awful. 31 speed, 38 hit power, quickness is 50, which is decent, but not very good. Then you've got the backups here that will never come in unless somebody gets hurt. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Roger Ruzek here, pretty bad kicker. 38 accuracy is not good. 31 avoid the block is not good. Then you go to Fiegels here, whose avoid block is 44. I expected he would be better than that because Fiegels used to be a pretty good punter, but maybe this was earlier in his career than I'm thinking, and he wasn't quite the Jeff Fiegels that the Eagles knew. And so that's the players. So typically at this point, I'd be showing you offensive starters that I've changed around. But the team's really not built to be able to change around very much. And so the only thing I might do is take Sherman here with his 44 speed and only 25 reception capability. I may trade him out for Bill Hess. 31 speed sucks, but 38 receptions is better than 25. And so, I don't know, maybe we can get by with it. We've had some 31 receivers before, and so, I may end up switching that. So here we've got Walker. The playbook you're going to notice is quite a bit different. There's quite a few plays that you have not seen in here, or at least seen very often. So I have got the one set back here. This is an off tackle left, and then I've got an over tackle right here, the one back sweep. Then I've got the run and shoot sweep. And then I have got Randall Cunningham's shotgun sweep. So obviously I kept the shotgun play in. I'm going to try this out. I don't know if it's any good or not. I really haven't run this play, but it does look like it gives you a couple of short options. Maybe this will be an interesting something around the red zone. But yes, I am giving up my big shotgun play, my usual shotgun play for this. Of course, we're going to have the flare. I just love that play downfield. We're going to run the power fake Z post, which should be the that should be the opposite of this one set back. And so hopefully that will yield us some results. We shall see. And then I'm trying out this Red Gun Z Slant. I have had many teams use this on me. And so I kind of just want to see if I can do anything with it. And that's what we're going to use right there. So that is our playbook, guys. And of course, for this first game, I'm just going to go ahead and run the team with the lineup as is. And then after that, I may make some changes depending on how things go. Basically, I would be trading decent speed for decent hands at that, that third receiver spot. And I'm not really sure which way I would prefer to go. And so I'm just going to have to kind of feel my way through it. All right, we're still skipping through here. New Orleans over Houston. And there it is. Sometimes they'll just seem like they take forever. All right. We have got the Phoenix Cardinals, so we got some birds out here fighting. Yeah, well, you know what I'm going to do. All right, Ruzek, let's put it in the air. All right, we got Bailey bringing it back. I can only assume that since the team is kind of just mediocre overall, that the reason why they do so well and make it to the playoffs and everything is because Randall Cunningham is just a unit. All right, Allen out there. So I take my best DB out there. He throws it right to him. I don't get a pick to start off. This is good. I know it doesn't always happen, but I'm just like, man, I'm gonna maybe get a chance here to intercepted finally. That's one thing I was kind of looking forward to. I was wondering if I would be able to pull that kind of stuff off, get some interceptions, do a little something defensively. Because with the Browns, if our offense had not been so good. Oh. Hey, Sherman got the catch. Touchdown. Maybe we'll be okay with him. We'll see. I got to remember, too, that I have Cunningham. I've got a big arm. And so maybe we can kind of work this. So the shorts will be his challenge. By the time I upload this, I will have figured out what we're going to call the challenge or how I'm going to word it. But the general idea, what I'm going to word the series, basically, the challenge, that will kind of be the thing there. And then we'll just kind of see if I can get the challenge done. The challenge is, like I said, it's going to be 3,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing. And with him, maybe I'm not setting the bar high enough. I don't know. I mean, if I blow it out, we may think a little harder about our next ones. Boom. I was not scared to go after that one. All right, they're doing one of these weird formations. I'm going to keep with Allen for right now. Let me up. Okay, they got him. All right, I'm going to call pass play here. They don't run shotgun on this team at all, so kind of part of me wants to use the reason, though, that I'm... Whoa, what an overthrow. I was thinking I might get a chance at another pick, but no such luck. All right, so we're going to go with Joyner. Well, I got close, but no banana. Camarillo, I think's this guy's name, the punter's name. I don't know if he's any good or not. All right, 10-yard return for Bisikahema. All right, so we're going to hand off to Walker. I'm going to give Walker a few carries, but my intention is for the bulk of the running game to come through Randall Cunningham. Now, a lot of that, though, will probably be on sneaks and stuff. One of the things that consistently happens to me in this game, especially as the season drags on, is that we don't get... Oh, there you go. We don't end up getting receivers open downfield, and so that's when I've got, you know, receivers like Bernie, or quarterbacks like Bernie Kosar running for like 50, 60 yards a game. And I can't help but think, if I can get 50, 60 with Kosar in a game, I could probably get 150 with Randall Cunningham, surely. And so that's kind of why I want to try this challenge thing. I think it'll just be interesting to see what happens. All right, 14-0. And basically, this is kind of the way the start of the season always goes. If you hadn't watched any of these series before, the first, you know, 3, 4, 5 games is usually pretty easy, and then the difficulty starts ratcheting up. Some of that, I think, is intentional difficulty by the game, and some of that is you got players that get into bad condition and players that get into good condition or excellent condition and stuff like that, and it starts really changing the dynamics of the game. Sticking with Allen. All right, he's a running. Woohoo! I was able to actually make a cut and keep most of my momentum. I don't even know what to do. Let's see. We're going to call pass defense here. They are not running what I called for certain. Oh, great catch by Clark. Wow. Should have gone ahead and gone deep, I guess. I'd have put my best defensive back out there anyway. All right. Oh, yeah. Come on. Throw it, throw it, throw it. Throw it, Burnline. Throw it. Intercepted. With his low accuracy, he's going to throw some stuff over. He's only got like a 38 accuracy because that was the other team I was looking at using. All right, let's try another new play here. One of the reasons I picked this... Oh, gosh. One of the reasons I picked that particular play is I thought it might give me a chance to do some running, but that didn't do me any good at all. Let's try out the shotgun. This new 3 wide, 4 wide, whatever you call it, shotgun play. Oh, mercy. I wasn't sure who to throw to, so I just kind of went ahead and took the sack. All right, we're going big shotgun play here. Well, unfortunately, my options are limited there. Managed to get most of that back, but we're going to punt. Close as we are to our own end zone, I don't want to do anything crazy. I mean, with Cunningham, I probably could pick that up running at the very least, but don't want to mess up, you know. Bailey with a good return there. Only had one defender down there to be able to stop him. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, going to Allen. I keep forgetting where I'm at. All right, good stop. I mean, you got 7 yards, but for us, that's a good stop. All right. Got her straight up. 3rd and 4. We'll call a run defense. They did not call this. Yep. I got busted off of there. But apparently I got at least enough speed on defense we can kind of catch up. Man, I hate that happen. Really hoping to get a stop there. Ooh, good defense. I bit on the fake, and so I was trying to get to the quarterback, but I got blocked out of it. Pass defense here, and I did not call that, I do not believe. All right, good stop. All right, calling a timeout. See if we can kind of... I'd like to push him back a little bit, but I don't know if I can. All right, got to stop there. I'm going to call a timeout before they kick the field goal, but hey, whatever. Do you. All right, let's see. Joiner's down here. Kind of wish he was in the middle. Whoa, they missed. It'd be great to have him in that middle, but that's quite all right. We'll get by. All right, I really hadn't run with Cunningham yet, so let's call the run. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay. Well, 1,000 yards may be a little more difficult than I thought. All right, got our receivers running open. We'll just pick Williams here. Oh, overthrown. All right, obviously we're going to go big shotgun here. So, swear, I mean, they're getting really lucky on calling plays. And I don't, part of my problem is I don't know the routes and stuff yet and who's where to feel comfortable, punching, tapping a couple times and firing. So I'm gonna have to learn it. That's kind of a disadvantage I've put myself at doing this, doing a playbook I hadn't used. Well, after a couple of quick scores, we just kind of fell off there. 97 yards for Cunningham, 75%. Just got to get some running going with him. Gonna get our ball back here. Decent return for Sikahema there. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to try this play action again. And they called the play again. You've got to be kidding me. Run flare. What? They didn't call the play. All right, got a first down there at least. All right, we're going to run the new shotgun here. Have to come up with a name to call this shotgun play. All right. Yet I believe that's the tight end. So that's him coming across the middle. I got to kind of work till I figure this out. Going back flare. All right, drove it in there to Williams. First down.
First down.
All right. Calling the Cunningham run here. 2-yard gain. Not as easy as I was expecting with Randall, but we'll kind of see as the year goes on. I'm gonna zip it in there. Williams is open. Take the TD. And Cunningham with his third touchdown of the game. All right, kicking off with oh no. Yep. And that's why kicking really close to the end of the bar is dangerous, because sometimes you just miss it. I think dadgummit, we were on him. Still completed it though. Man. Thought for a minute there we had it. Don't know if he's running or not. That does look like a run. It is not. It is a pass. All right, good defense there. We got in there and got it stopped. Gonna call that play, yeah. I am having like no luck picking plays, and they are picking a lot of mine.
Ready, set, put.
Oh man. Just as I say I'm not having any luck picking plays, I got one. All right, forcing a field goal attempt. I'm going to, man, really want to use Joyner, but I'm going to have to use Evans because Joyner's just too far away. A lot of speed and can do a lot of things, but he can't quite get there. Bicycahema on the kickoff. 15 yards on the return, nothing special. All right, I'm going to try this play again. I'm kind of testing the waters with that. I may not be able to pull off any great running with that play. Yep. Well,
First down.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to have a great running total here. Not in this game. Kind of not sure there. I'm going to go for it. Get a 9-yard gain. Let's call the big shotgun. See what we got.
Blue 48. Blue 48. Hut. Hut.
Williams. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
We'll take it. I mean, you gotta get 3,000 yards passing too, so. All right, let's get. So obviously, getting out of the pocket was a little easier with Cunningham. We're still not at that point of the season though, where like all the receivers are being covered downfield. That's when I think I'm really going to start making some hay with him. Because obviously, if Bernie Kosar can run 50, 60 yards a game, Randall Cunningham can do that pretty easily. All right, so I called a motion play. I don't know if I called that one. Yes, we did. Awesome. William Thomas got in there and got him. Let's see, call pass again.
Ready. Set.
Now, I think they're running. Yes, they are. And I got blown off the ball. Of course I did.
First down.
Got blocked out of it. I was going to kind of make the turn and see if I could stop him, and I got stopped. Oh, how did I? Okay. Well, I can see why they ran it again. I mean, it was successful for them. All right. It's going to be a rollout. Go, 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 go. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Oh, Burline. Dead gummy.
Red 24.
Got Waters here, just kind of. I don't know why I trailed in there. I mean, if he was handing off, I should have gone around and caught him, but oh well.
Blue 48.
Grab Allen. Wide open. Wow. I absolutely got burned on that one. Ooh, blocked it.
Oh, good.
All right, they're going to onside, of course. Cunningham gets it. This is the last person I want out there fielding a football. All right, let's see. Let's go with the flare. I may try to pad a little running in here just because I know we need it. Oh my gosh. I didn't mean like that, but okay.
Blue 43.
Oops. And of course, somebody was right there. I think I'm getting a little bit of a too much of a let's try to run it mentality going. But that's because I've set a challenge for myself, so obviously if I don't meet that challenge, it's going to be disappointing. Alright, it's pretty good there.
First down.
Oh, why not? Let's call timeout. Just because. We'll see if I can get
3-2, put.
Cunningham a few rushing yards. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, they're chasing me down.
First.
Hate that you can't call a timeout. All right, 28-9. Pretty good start to the season. Could have been a little bit better. I was really trying to get some running in with Cunningham, but 27 or 274 yards passing is really good. Got some touchdowns in there. Just got to get running with him a little bit, but some of that will come a little bit later in the season too. Like I said, when they start covering everybody like they usually do. So, all right, guys, with that first game of the season out of the way, we did win. And so, of course, if you want to kind of keep following this series, if you like this kind of content, hit the like, subscribe, and of course, guys, I will see you in the next game.